Hey, I wonder what Skippy's up to these days. Oh, he got catfished. Wow.
It owes him for the cost of a plane ticket because he lost.
I flew out to see her. She turned out to be a dude. Misha, I'm kind of funny, you know. She's a hot Asian girl, and I work at a pizza place. But yeah,
she was the more recent pictures of me.
hot pictures, Your Honor. Oh my goodness sakes, that's the whole reason why we're here. Because I was in love with her, not you.
You assume the risk. You assume the risk, and do not give me attitude.
Right? We're gonna hit it off. It's magical. Magical.
Oh, that is right. Our Lord and Savior, Skippy McSkipperson, has been catfished. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't see this coming, but there's actually kind of a big twist to this video, and it's at the end, so you're probably going to want to watch it. What's up, you big babies? It's me, 16leo, and today I am talking to you about Skippy. So for those of you who don't know, Skippy is a real-life 40-year-old virgin. Nothing wrong with that, but the way he goes about it and the way he treats people, you could see why. That's all I'm saying. Now, he seems to have entangled himself in a situation that has landed him on public television, actually appearing in front of a court. The judge in question is Judge Cristina Perez. Not my Judge Judy. Hashtag not my Judge Judy. But hey, let's see why he's there. Hold up. Sponsor time. I don't know if any of you read the climate report that recently came out, but the phrase Code Red for Humanity was tossed around, and it made me kind of sad. The threat of climate change has been around forever, but it's something that we don't see happening in real time, so it's easy to put that issue on the back burner while life goes on. But now more than ever, I think we as humans need to start taking action and making changes. But what can I do as an individual? Well, luckily today's sponsor, Ren, has an answer for that. So Ren is a website where you can calculate your carbon footprint. Then you can offset it by funding projects that help plant trees or help protect rainforests. It's a pretty easy way to start helping and doing your part about the climate crisis. Just by answering a few questions about your lifestyle, you can find out your carbon footprint and how you can reduce it. Nobody can reduce their carbon footprint to zero, but you can offset what you have left after reducing. Once you sign up to make a monthly contribution to offset your carbon footprint, you receive monthly updates from the tree planting, rainforest protection, and other projects you support. You get to see the trees you planted and what your money is spent on. It will take a lot to end the climate crisis, and you can start helping today by learning more on ren.co. I've partnered with Ren to plant 10 extra trees for the first 100 people who sign up using my referral link. Thanks again, Ren. Just want to apologize, I'm looking a little scruffy these days. Lockdown has been crazy. I just want to say, please, do subscribe to this channel so I can finally reach my dream of becoming a male model and finally do ads like this. Chanel number 5. Smells like asshole. If you subscribe, I'll definitely do more of those. While you're at it, do follow me on Instagram at 16leo_. That way you can message me new ideas or just to say hi.
Okay, so why don't you start, Mr. Marks? What happened?
By the way, this is Skippy's own video, and he seems to be hand recording it somehow. So even he bootlegged a video of himself. That's just a very Skippy thing to do. He couldn't even get the original version of his own content. Thanks for screen recording your own appearance. This is like Leonardo DiCaprio screen recording Titanic and then showing me the shaky footage being like, that's me, bro!
Justice for all with Judge Cristina Perez. Joshua Marks is suing Sid Adams.
Oh, whoa! What the? Joshua Marks? What is that about? His name's Skippy Von Skippyson? I don't really... Well, I know that his name is not Joshua Marks, so I don't know if they're just doing that for, like, the legality purposes, because if it's your real name, maybe you can actually look that up and people don't really want that happening to them. I'm assuming. I don't know how judges on TV work. Basically, Joshua... My boy Skippy over here is suing this other guy for $1,025. $25 for gas, probably. Because he has catfished him. Skippy got catfished by a guy. And then sued the guy. That's baller.
He claims the defendant owes him for the cost of a plane ticket because he lied about his identity.
Damn, look at that face expression. Okay, Skippy. Giving him that attitude right there. Bitch.
Mr. Adams is countersuing because the plaintiff stained his designer suit.
All right.
I'm sorry, we're not just gonna go past that like I didn't hear that. The other guy's countersuing because Skippy stained his suit.
Mr. Adams is countersuing because the plaintiff stained his designer suit.
Now, there's only two things that can stain a suit: wine and cum. I'm gonna have to sue someone myself for emotional distress just thinking about it.
Okay, so why don't you start, Mr. Marks? What happened?
This is a simple case of I met a girl online, we were getting along, I flew out to see her, she turned out to be a dude.
I love the way Skippy talks. Everything has this tonality to it that ends in the upper inflection. I met a girl online, I went to see her, she was kind of cute, turns out she was a guy. Just, I love that weird way he talks. Also, I did catch that, Skippy. I caught that text at the bottom. If anyone knows this cute blonde behind me, tell her that her soulmate says hi. Even on a video of him getting catfished, he's still shooting his shot. This man has the aim of a stormtrooper. He misses every shot he takes and still takes the shots. I don't know if I'm impressed or disgusted. I can't figure out which one. That's probably Skippy's like Tinder bio, but I gotta give him a round of applause for trying. Good one, Skips.
And I'm suing her. Or him.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me some details?
About a year ago, I met Misha. Her, online. And I saw her photos and I messaged her, and of all the guys out there, she messaged me back.
Okay, so Skippy got classic catfished over there. He went online, he met a girl, he was like, damn, you sexy. Maybe a little too sexy. Turns out it was a guy. Isn't this just more Skippy lore for you? Like, just everything he does just turns out to be wrong. It should have been a normal meetup with a normal girl. Turns out it's a guy with a tie better than yours. Like, damn. I don't believe I've gotten catfished in my life, but if I did, I don't know if I'd sue them. Like, I don't know what grounds you really have to do it, but hey, Skippy's taking the law into his own hands, as we could tell, so.
Okay, Misha as in your witness. Is that
The
correct?
beautiful Asian woman.
Why don't you stand up next to Mr. Adams and just stay there next to him? So you went online and you thought you met Misha.
Yeah, well, she had like lots of followers and many admirers, shall we say, and I messaged and she messaged back. And I thought that I was surprised. I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but I'm kind of funny, you know, so I kind of get that vibe from people and
What the hell are you doing? This is like national TV. You going on national TV doing the same shit you do every. I'm not that, you know. I'm like a little bit funny. I'm not like the best looking, but like if you try me out, you might get worn out into liking me. Like, I don't know. Do you think the judge cares about that shit?
we swapped phone numbers, and so then it went from like messaging online to texting. And yeah, no.
And
exactly.
how long did you have this online relationship for, or this?
About 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
So
God damn it! This dude got catfished for half a year. Shit. This is why he's a 40-year-old virgin. He does things for so long and doesn't ask questions. You never saw her in that 6 months. You never video called her or something. I feel sorry for him now. Who catfishes this amazing gentleman? Yo.
you messaged back and forth. You texted back and forth.
Yeah, texted a ton.
You guys got to know each other.
Yes.
What you believed was Misha.
Yes, what I thought was Misha.
Okay.
He did it in the wrong part. He said what I thought was Misha. He emphasized the thought. So he's like, I don't even think. I don't know what thinking is. I don't have a brain. Some people say I'm smart. I'm like, what is smart? Skippy just shoots himself in the foot. I don't even know how this man even has feet at this point.
And did you seem to have everything in common?
Well, some things. I mean, she's a hot Asian girl and I work at a pizza place. But yeah, other than that, you know, I mean, like,
You know, it's probably sad, but worth mentioning that Skippy said that, you know, she's like an attractive girl and he's just a guy working at a pizza place. And before that, he said he wasn't attractive. Life is tough sometimes. Sometimes if you don't have the best financial situation or you don't have something that a partner would want, they might not go for you. And it kind of sucks. There should be someone for everyone, and I wish I could say that was true, but I don't always know. I don't even believe it. Skippy's single. I'm single.
I'm gonna be Skippy in another, I don't know, decade and a half or two.
I feel his pain. I wish people were less judgmental and more sentimental, but that's not always the case. Stay strong, Skippy. Stop getting catfished. Get some dog fish.
And so, Miss Lee, you were okay with your friend, Mr. Adams, using your profile site?
Yeah, I was okay.
Pretending to be you?
Yeah, I was okay with it. He was basically just kind of updating it for me, you know, putting
Just
up,
managing it.
Yeah, managing it, putting up more pictures, like more recent pictures of me and, you know, events that I was going to.
Hot pictures, Your Honor.
I was just about to say something, and then I heard Skippy go, hot pictures. I was putting hot pictures, Your Honor. She was like, ugh. With all due respect to the court, I was like, ugh. Up that. I don't know any of those positions. I'm a virgin, Your Honor.
He did tell me that he was interested in Joshua, and so he told me that he was messaging back and forth. And at first I was like, yeah, that's fine. You know, he was a little bit depressed at that time. He was going through a lot with his family. He came out to his family and basically told them, you know, that he's gay, and his family did not like that. His dad is a pastor, so they basically abandoned him, kicked him out of the house. So he came and lived with me, and, you know, I was just trying to be a good friend.
Okay. This is a lot. This is a very deep story. Oh my god. So this guy came out, and then his pastor dad was like, nah man, get out the house, and he was depressed. So he used his friend's profile to catfish this blob called Skippy and found a relationship in him because Skippy showed interest in someone who wasn't really him. That is sad on every level. I don't even know what to say. Skippy just gets himself in these weird situations. He's somehow unintentionally helping a gay man. That's how amazing Skippy is. That not only is he a virgin to women, but a hero to gay men everywhere. Like, wow. That's amazing.
She was. I mean, I love the fact that she did that for me, you know. And when we were texting, you know, without video chat, at first when we were texting, that was me he was talking to. And I understand it was dishonest and I lied about my identity, but...
I mean, if you can lie about who you really are, you can lie about anything. Of course you lie.
Oh my goodness sakes, that's the whole reason why we're here. Because I was in love with her, not you.
Oh! Whoa! Skippy! I've never seen this man explode like that before. Oh, wait a minute. What the did you say you love her?
Oh my goodness sakes, that's the whole reason why we're here. Because I was in love with her, not you.
Skippy, you got catfished for 6 months. You can't be in love with some... You're trying to build yourself up, resurrect yourself. You want to get a girlfriend. This is not how you do it. You don't go on national television being like, I was catfished and in love. Turns out it was a guy.
Sometimes we get to like do the face-to-face online kind of stuff. So I got to see her sometimes. So I was at that point I was like, oh, well, I'm not totally a dope because there she is and we're talking and stuff.
So Miss Lee, you actually then played a part in this very deceitful game. Is that correct?
I didn't really want to, but Joshua kept calling us like nonstop. He was like a lost puppy.
He kept calling you.
I mean, he's talking to Sin.
So he face-to-face called her, and Sin's friend picked it up? That's a sin. I don't have friends. I feel like I need to be Skippy's lawyer in that part. Maybe, he might have a case. If she's picking up and pretending to be someone and willingly going along with us, she's gaslighting Skippy. And you know Skippy's a pile of methane. This man's gonna blow the fuck up. These people are in the wrong. Skippy is in the right. My boy's taking a dub today, even though he got catfished and is on national TV. I side with Skippy.
So I feel like he called,
yeah.
They may be splitting hairs. I feel like he was calling me, imagining her face.
Yeah. Splitting hairs. Okay, that's interesting. He was calling
not just her
the
face.
person you
Look at her.
to be.
He makes the best, yeah. Even though I side with Skippy, he still manages to be creepy. He's throwing in those comments. Did you hear that? They were talking about the phone call and like whose face he saw. And then in between, Skippy's like, not just a face. What the fuck, Skippy? Why you incriminate yourself like this, bro? There's a cop right there. This man gonna arrest you for being creepy. That's the first person who ever went to jail without actually doing something wrong, but just creepy. So we're just gonna keep you there.
He was Miss Lee.
Bro, her name should be Miss Lee. Ding. Still no friends. So after more court deliberating, they get to the part where Skippy says that he was like tired after 6 months and wanted to meet this girl. And that's where things get super interesting.
We're back with the case of Joshua Marks, who is suing Sin Adams for fraud.
You two played along, and you got to the point where you decided you wanted to meet Miss Lee in person.
Yes.
That's why we're here. Tell me what happened.
I lost my job, but at that time, and I had just a little bit of money in savings, so then I was like, hey, I just lost my job, I'm really depressed, I'd love to come see you, and I don't have money, so if I come, can you pay me back? Because we both want to see each other, right?
Skippy and money is just financial fun. This man is cheaper than Mr. Crap.
Are you feeling it now?
Mr. Crap, he lost his job. He had a little bit of money in savings. Instead of saving that money until he found another job, he was like, I'm gonna come see you, Miss Lee. And not only did he say that, he was like, I'm also broke and I need you to pay like most of it. Pay me back. This man literally invoiced someone for him coming over to see them. This man out here being a male gigolo. You better pay me because I'm Skip. Skip.
Well, no, but it was...
He did tell me. I mean, I stalled for a while, yes, for obvious reasons, when he would throw around the idea of coming to see me. However, I finally just said, you know what, maybe something will come of it. Maybe it will work out.
You are stupid. You thought maybe something will work out? You know what, I retract that statement. It is Skippy. I don't know, wear something sexy, scandalous. He might. You know what the irony is? Sin Adams, his dad, who's a pastor, probably tried to convince him to be straight, even though he wasn't. And the irony in that is Sin Adams getting Skippy over to try and convince him that he isn't straight. That's just a circular logic, is that?
And I didn't want to feel like I didn't want to cheat
Did he
myself.
give you any indication that he was attracted to men?
No, and that was...
No.
The one definitive thing Skippy ever said in his life. No! The conviction in which he said that. If this man had as much conviction about his straightness as he had with women, he'd be a pretty alpha dude right there. Yo, I'm Skippy and I'm gonna take you down to bed. And what I say goes. Hey yo, shawty, what's up? I'm Skippy. I'm gonna take you to bed and you ain't gonna leave for 3 days. You gonna need a wheelchair when I'm done. Oh, Skippy.
Since we had spent so much time getting to know each other online through texting,
I understand that, but fundamentally, relationships, yes, they are about the person, but sometimes it's the attraction. That's the first thing that gets you.
I did see a point where it was getting too serious.
So why don't you just stop and just use your senses and say, this is enough.
Wishful thinking. And I said, okay, well, I can reimburse you if you come down and if it all goes well.
If it all goes well, you knew it was not going to go
I knew there was a
well.
good chance it wouldn't, but I hoped.
These two should be best friends on paper. Both of them are so delusional in their own way that they should be best friends. I think the problem is one of them wanted to get with the other, and the other one wanted to get with the other's friend. If there was no catfish, they'd probably be good friends, honestly.
And what happened when you actually met him?
So I get off the plane. We agree to meet at a restaurant at around noon. I say, my date is here, Misha. They're like, right this way. They take me over to a table where a gentleman is. And we had a confrontation and I threw a glass of wine on him. And
You still had the wine? You still ordered the food? What? They don't just put wine glasses on the table. You have to order it. He literally went and he saw this dude and he's like, well, you look different. He ordered some wine and then was like, thank you. What was that? And by the way, to the man who catfished Skippy, I would have personally brought along Misha as well to at least explain the situation.
I had to get a hotel because I was supposed to be staying with her that night, right? We were going to hit it off and it was going to be magical.
Making a lot of dangerous assumptions there, Skippy. I feel like even if you did meet her, I don't know if the first night would have been magical and beautiful. People in the background are legitimately laughing as you say it. People who legitimately have never met you and have only seen the back of your head in their lives are like, that's not happening.
We knew each other for like 6 months. We had an emotional connection.
So you decided you were going to stay with her, okay.
Yes.
And then so
We decided, but yeah.
you freak out
Yep.
and you leave. And then what did you say, Mr. Adams?
Well, I didn't get to say too much to him when he, because I had hopes that he would just hear me out.
I mean, what did you expect was going to happen? That from one moment he would look at you and say, yes, I am gay and you are the love of my life?
I mean, I didn't expect some fairy tale.
I gotta agree with the judge on this. Like, I don't know what Sin was expecting here. He's a handsome guy and he's wearing a nice tie. So those are two great things. But, if that's not your orientation, you can't just make that decision on the spot like that. This guy was really, he was shooting for the stars. Dude, it's Skippy. I'm saying, I think you could do better.
Do you think he would fundamentally accept that? And you, yourself, seem to be a pretty stable guy.
Christina Perez, you could not be more wrong if you tried.
You decide to go, I don't know if you're ever online, you decide to go, you have no job. You're going to count on a complete stranger to give you half of your ticket when you don't, okay, fine, you had a 6-month an emotional connection, which could have been a lie.
This is amazing. Christina Perez just described Skippy's lifestyle. I cannot believe he's getting chewed out on national television by a judge, no less. And she's saying the exact same thing we're all thinking. This is some poetic justice.
But so you rely on an emotional connection for this person to pay you back $475? Really? That's ridiculous.
I would like the full $1,000, not just
whatever evidence you want.
To pay you $500? Actually, I said $1,250.26. Do I get it now or what?
Listen, the extra $200 that you spent, the extra $350, it's all irrelevant because I'm denying it. You assume the risk. You assume the risk, and do not give me attitude.
Oh, whoa, my guy! Look at. They're not giving me my money. The utter shock in his face of coming to court and not winning the case. It's like he came there and he was like, This is destiny for me. And as soon as she said no, he was like, you ever seen Saw? You're gonna end up in a bitch.
Wake up, sweetheart. Based on the evidence, I'm denying your claim and I'm denying your claim.
Judge Perez has denied both the plaintiff's claim and the defendant's counterclaim.
So at the end of the case, Judge Christina Perez denies both of them any money, and we both just wasted our time. But we did get entertainment. And at the end of the video, they weirdly have a face-off, but they're like looking at the side of the camera while talking to themselves.
You came out to your entire family, but not to me.
You and I both know there was a real connection.
So yeah, that was Skippy or Joshua Marks getting catfished. Now I did promise a big twist at the end of the video, and here it is. That was fake. That whole shit about Skippy getting catfished? Fake. I know. Apparently he didn't get catfished, and he made a video about it saying that it was all improvised. And that was actually an acting role that he was playing on reality television.
I was on a TV show where I got catfished, and it was on one of those judge shows. A little bit about that is I moved out to Los Angeles, and I think it was Craigslist saying, hey, if you want to be on a judge show, come on down. I did. There was about 200 other people there. They had you audition, so you improv'd with some other people, and if they liked you, they brought you back. And they liked me.
So yeah, my mind is absolutely blown. It turns out Skippy moved to LA. He actually found a Craigslist ad and somehow auditioned with 200 other people to get the part of Joshua Marks, man who got catfished. I genuinely think they didn't even need to see his acting skills. They just saw him. They're like, what's your real name, sir? Skippy. Oh, nobody's gonna believe that shit. Joshua Marks, okay?
I was the lucky person being catfished. 90% of what you're going to see was improvised. Oh, it's such a cringy thing to be a part of, but it makes sense that of all of the scripts that they could have had on the show that I would be in one about being catfished. I improvised the part of that he works at a pizza place because I had worked at a pizza place before moving out to California.
Yeah, Domino's. I know about it. I did a video on it. It's actually embedded in my head because you asked that girl what she'd do for a Klondike bar, then tried to kiss her.
Hey, Deanna, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Our milk and cream. There's no real seal on it. It's not a real dairy product. Quit it.
That was the first kiss
That's what I got.
That was the first kiss we've ever shared.
Oh my
And
god.
even then it felt forced.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was hoping that someone would watch this and be like, let's get this guy an agent. Let's get him off into Hollywood. Let's do that.
So at the end of the day, Skippy decided that he wanted to be an actor and somehow got typecast into the most realistic role he'd ever play in his life, being catfished. I am genuinely surprised that this man hasn't got catfished because the way he reacted, I could have sworn he did. I genuinely thought the shit was real, but it turns out it was for his real. Because guess what? And I have pretty good news. Skippy Jessup is now actually a pretty successful character in Hollywood. He's actually in the new upcoming Ben Stiller movie, Meet the Grandparents. Don't know if you've heard about it. And I just catfished you, because that's not true. I guess catfishing people is easy. And that is the moral of the story. We all got catfished today. You got catfished by clicking on my video thinking that Skippy got catfished when I clicked on his video thinking that he got catfished. It's a catception. And now, to watch a video about cats.
Oh my goodness, she's giving you a hug. Das muss auf YouTube stellen.
I'm 16leo. Subscribe. Don't be a pussy.